and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Vesperia. Last time we got a little bit lost in Tarkaron, but I think I actually figured out what to do, literally as I ended the video. Yup, I found the switch that I needed. So it's on this red floor, which actually brings up the point that I ran by this switch a lot. But now we're in business. Both platforms are, or not platforms, pathways are now activated, and we are free to go. Up here is where this room is. Again, I feel like it's the other way around, because I feel like the left room takes you to the right side, and vice versa, because we're like right of where we were. Even though we went out the left entrance to that floor. So that feels really confusing. Now how do I get down there? We are actually going to be able to get out of here this time, which is the good part. I think you did need to shoot down quite a few little targets to actually get through there because of that ladder. Needing a platform to get to it. And we are actually good to go. That took way longer than it should have. Now we are in the central part of that room we were just in, actually. What is in here? Okay, that's a lot of special gels, and I'm okay with that. No, special gels heal everything, okay. TP and HP. And now we are at this treasure chest we passed by earlier. Blast Your Fate lift has been unlocked. So the right lift is now working, but we also picked up an item called the Meteorite Blade. I have a feeling it's going to be stronger, but the bonus is not going to be worth it. Yeah, it's actually weaker. Good job. But yes, Glory is a really good skill to have for the coming fight, so we are going to definitely want to keep that around. And actually we're done here, believe it or not. But to get the full cutscenes, we actually need to go, even though we should just be able to go fight Duke. But we actually are not, because we need to actually go do some other things first.
So this makes the 7th one.
Sounds about right.
We finally got them all! What's the deal, guys? Isn't that exciting?
It's not like there's some lost treasure or anything.
Yeah, but they're ancient relics. They've got to have something cool hidden inside, right?
They're not giving off any vibes that I can feel.
Maybe there's some sort of key that would unlock their power.
Maybe. I want to know why they were hidden in the first place. Why are they treated so differently from De Nomos?
Do you think there's something bad about them?
I don't know. Anyway, at least we know we've got all of them together now. Now all that's left to do is give them to Flynn and let him deal with the mess.
You know, you've got a real winner of a personality.
Haha, it took you long enough to notice.
There can be no doubt that entrusting the Fell Arms with him is our most reliable option.
Exactly. Next stop, Arnian.
So, where is that exactly? It is down in the middle. You know what, it feels weird to actually know what I'm doing compared to when we started out and I knew nothing. By the way, there's also a title I think for Estelle visiting every place in the world. I'm actually pretty close to getting that now, so maybe I should actually pursue that.
Commandant Flynn Shifo. Status report, sir. There's currently no sign of monster assault.
Understood. Thank you. Now go and get some rest.
No, sir. I'm just fine. I will continue my watch.
Taking breaks is part of the job. You can't protect people with enthusiasm alone.
But...
Go get some rest.
Yes, sir.
Commandant, we need your approval for the distribution of the foodstuffs.
Very good. I'll be right there.
Commandant Flynn, I'd like to speak with you about the additional building materials.
Yes, I haven't forgotten. However, I'm just on my way to supervise the food distribution. I'm afraid you'll have to come with me. We can discuss it on the way.
Yes, sir.
I guess it won't hurt us to hold onto the fell arms for the time being.
Huh? Why the change?
I think Yuri's trying to say that we've all got a job to do.
Flynn wouldn't be able to look after the fell arms with all this stuff going on.
How kind of you.
Kindness has nothing to do with it. Let's get going.
I think he might have blushed there. Wow, now I've seen everything.
And thus, through friendly teasing, the youth of today form the bonds of tomorrow.
Okay, so we have seen this event, which means we have no excuse. We can go fight Duke again, but that also means I have to fight the first two forms too, so we're actually gonna cut here, and I'm gonna show you what happens when you beat Duke with the all the fell arms and got through the first two forms, assuming it actually works, because this is technically post-game, and again, the internet is weird. I have heard some things being like, oh no, you actually can't do this fight in post-game. So we'll see. If not, well then we'll go pursue the secret dungeon. But I tried it on easy mode and it worked, so I'm assuming it'll work on normal. But in any case, back to Tarkaron. So I actually had plans to show off the third phase of the final boss, now that we have all the fell arms. But I tried it and it lasted like 2.5 minutes and died. So we are not doing that right now. We are going to level up a bit and then try again in another video. In the meantime, I actually discovered another cutscene that I will be showing off shortly. It's partway up through Mount Temza, so I'll actually show that. Okay, that was weird. It wouldn't let me run past this enemy. I just want to run away. Let me run away. Actually, no. It'd be faster to actually defeat them. They're not high-level enemies. Why am I attacking to the side?
Sign of victory!
10 seconds. Yeah, it was faster to just defeat the enemy. It's only halfway up, so it shouldn't take too long, hopefully.
I guess I can fight.
Hopefully being the opposite word. Lone Wolf Storm is, I think, an altered art. FYI, I haven't actually made note of it, because I just discovered it, like, during the boss. I did rearrange some skills for the boss, even though I lost really badly.
Finish that one.
Speedcast. By the way, I also crafted the Milky Way +1, I think. Yeah. So she has Speedcast, which apparently does help for getting certain grade bonuses when trying to go for the tidal wave strats, which I should actually go try now because I have the I think I have all the skills I need for that. Anyways, it's like halfway up, so with this holy bottle, it shouldn't take too long. In theory. It's kind of in that ruined village, assuming I can still access that, of course. I love it when enemies, like, block your path entirely, so, like, holy bottles are completely irrelevant. It's always great when enemies decide to do that. Side note, I'm going to show something in this video, and I'm not gonna complete it. I'm gonna show how to unlock something after we go to this place on Mount Temza, but I am definitely not taking it on in this part. So, yeah, just more random side quest stuff in the desert. What the? There are Critians here. I wonder what they're doing in a place like this. Hey, it's you. We heard that Mjolnir's days of floating in the sky might soon be over, so we've been scoping out places to live on the surface. I don't think you need to rush or anything. After all, Kronos still hasn't made the decision whether or not to turn into an elemental spirit. And our goal was to gather together the 4 elementals, which we've already done. I see. What should we do then? I think you have to figure that out for yourself, but perhaps it would be a good idea to use the knowledge of the Critia to help people in need? That sounds hard. I don't think it does at all. I don't suppose something like this would be of much use to anyone. There's no way anyone would be able to use an arcane spear art like this. Could I see that? Her race is mostly pacifists. The Cridia certainly have a lot of artifacts related to fighting, don't they? It's possible that people came up with them back when we fought the Alphagos 1,000 years ago. There are many arts that our own people do not use. Perhaps we only worked out the theory but never put them into practice. Wow, amazing. For Cridian, you are very skilled. I think this could come in handy. I see. We cannot lend you our force in battle, so we shall lend you our wisdom. We're happy to do whatever we can if it will help you on your quest. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Hey, that strike art that you did just now was really basic? Yes, I was just beating my spear hard against the ground. There is a trick to it, but it's not really that hard to do. Look like they never tried to do it themselves. The Cridian people could do things like this if they tried. Then they'd discover all sorts of new abilities they didn't know they had. Like you, Judith? Exactly. Sundering Moon. And that's actually all we need to do here. So that means you have to go back down the mountain. And on that note, something I've actually been meaning to talk about regarding this game is there is a lot of crafting items. That little bunny over there, yeah, it's the only place you can get a particular crafting item for a sub-weapon for Rita that I was trying to actually craft off screen. And that's how I discovered that cutscene in the first place, because I was trying to farm for this particular item and then ended up finding that cutscene. So, yeah. The things you find when you're trying to look up strategies for a super boss. Yep. Another thing I guess I should note is the fact that, yeah, about that super boss, the next thing I'm about to go into is apparently even worse than the super boss, so it's like a super boss, so yeah, I'm not gonna take this on, I just want to show where it is. If this video goes over time, and I don't really care, because I just wanted to show this quest off right now. Besides, I don't even have a timer going, because of this being split up into two parts. Now, before we go too much further, I just want to say that GameFAQs is kind of a load of crap sometimes, and this is one of those times. GameFAQs says I shouldn't be able to do this quest, because I'm pretty sure I finished Salday before going to Jormungand for the first time. And yet, for some reason, I can apparently access this quest. So, in here, we are back at Jormungand to talk to the Elder. Who are you? Travelers, perhaps? Haven't we already met? Looks like he's forgotten. He didn't forget. It's more like we're back in the past now. Yes, the town's bustling with people now, too. What are you whispering about over there? Oh, perhaps you would like to hear an interesting story. I don't have the time to listen to any epic sagas, Gramps. No, it'll be quite short, I assure you. Alright then, lay it on us. Well, a while ago I was putting my library in order, you see, and then from the stacks of books. And this time, a little mouse came out. I cannot believe this. He's been talking for 2 hours now. Perhaps you could get to the point of the story? What do you mean? This part is very important and interesting too. Come on, get to the good stuff. Oh, alright. So ultimately I found a certain book in the stacks, and in this book the following was written. Deep beneath a steep and winding mountain range on the 6th continent of Yorzerea slumbers a man who transcends time. When the Maiden of Beauty sets out on a journey, she will come down to the 4th dimension, keeping watch over a fiery youth. Receiving the love of heaven, she'll descend into a human body and will revolt against the heavens. Pretty interesting, don't you think? Is it? Mysterious proclamations. It's very interesting indeed. Would you like to read more? I can give it to you if you'd like. You don't mind? No, not at all. I've already memorized the whole book anyway. Thank you very much. Sure do like books, Estelle. Legend of the Dark Blue Warrior. A biography of a man who stood up against the heavens. It came from another world. I mean, if you think about it, like, Jormungand kind of is another world in itself. So that's really complicated. That's like another world within another world, if you think about it that way. Because how can we move this book from creation of pharaohs? That's a little bit trippy, actually. But that's what we came here to get. Now, if you have played other Tales games, I'm not saying which one, the story you told might actually seem a little bit familiar to you. If that's a hint to whoever this man who transcends time is, I can't say because spoilers. So, on that note, we now need to go to Dawngrest of all places. Which continent was Yosareya again? Was it the southern one or that one? I don't actually remember. In any case, we are now... I don't think it actually matters which entrance you go through, just pick an entrance and it'll be fine. So we're gonna go through this entrance. Wow, what was that? I think it came from the west. That seemed a little different from an earthquake. Yes, it felt like there may have been a landslide. That'd be one doozy of a landslide. Let's go have a look. And have a look we shall. Still haven't worked on that cooking side quest now that I think about it. Oh yeah, that's another thing I should show. I actually did clear another side quest at Yosareya, actually. So on the way there, might as well show something off. Just gonna park right here. Wow, that's foggy. We are back at not Jormungand, Yumanju. Too many Y names in this game. Let's see, there are 2 cutscenes, I think? No. I could've sworn I read there's something else by talking to the receptionist, but apparently not. In any case. Oh, that look on your face. Could it be? Yes, sir, I single-handedly managed to collect the entire series. What do you mean, single-handedly? Please let me see them. Fantastic, simply fantastic. You really have all 11 of them. Oh, I can't wait. I really can't wait. I can't wait to decorate my room with them. I'm glad that you're so happy. So this means the job's done, right? Oh, sorry about that. I got a little carried away. No, not at all. I know how you feel. Now for your reward. What would be appropriate? Gold perhaps, or maybe an item. Maybe another toy might do the trick. Excuse me. What's the matter, Estelle? Why are you yelling? Do you think you might be able to give us back that CL statue? What are you talking about, Estelle? He asked for the whole set of 11. An incomplete set is worthless to a collector. I know that, it's just we can't give him that one doll. Oh, this is about Hanks, right? That doll is his memento of his wife. It's very important to him. But then you give it to you, Estelle? But it's still his, we have to give it back to him. So please just let us keep that doll. Estelle. Still, you gave me that doll as part of the job I asked you to do. Hold on, what do you think you're doing? I'm sorry, all of these are fakes. Yuri, what are you talking about? I was thinking I'd get the reward by handing over a bunch of fakes. It looks like Estelle was about to spill the beans, so I stole them all back. You stole them back? So I'm sorry, looks like the job was a failure. What the, are you trying to make me look like a fool? I can't believe this. Looks like we missed out on the reward. After all that work, all we got was a single tiara. Yuri, thank you. That's the only valuable thing Hanks has ever had. I couldn't let you give it away. Besides, this thing's gotta be a fake, right? If anyone found out, it would soil the good name of Brave Vesperia. Well, let a bull. Good thing that guy was too dense to recognize bad acting when he saw it. Why didn't we just actually make a fake doll and give it to him? You're even worse than Yuri. So we got a new title. I don't think this involves a costume, but hey. Memories are worth more than what money can buy. You know what, actually, sure, let's switch everyone back to normal costumes for a little bit, because I've actually been using these costumes for a fair amount of time. That is not a normal costume. It's hard to even remember which titles are actually important or not. There we go, I think. So yes, off screen I actually did get all the figures. If you're wondering why I don't have nearly as much money as I did the previous part, that's why. Cause, yeah, and also, poker chips are a little bit low at the moment because of all that. So, let's see what happens here. I feel like the landscape here is a little strange. Yes, wasn't this area supposed to be a mountain range? Seems that the rumble we heard back in Dawnquest came from here. You're saying an entire mountain collapsed here? This is a pretty big cave-in. Here beneath a steep and winding mountain range on the 6th continent of Yozareya slumbers a man who transcends time. Huh? Was that what was written in that book you got back in Jormungand? Yes. Might have something to do with this. Let's go down and have a look. So, laying down the law here. Not the law, you know what I mean. This is our access to our secret dungeon. I don't know if a cutscene will play as we approach it. Yeah, without going into spoiler territory, I will say this. It's kind of a flashback bonus dungeon where you fight bosses from previous encounters. In addition, you fight the man who transcends time, who, I think, if I recall correctly, is level 70, which you might think, level 70, the super boss is 82, why is that a big deal? Well, the final boss of the secret dungeon has like 1,000,000 HP, so it's like all that toughness of all 3 phases of the fight spread out into, not spread out, but the opposite, all put together into one really tough boss fight. So, needless to say, I am not ready for this yet. I've gone up like 1 or 2 levels since the last video, so, yeah, we are gonna take on this eventually, I hope. But not anytime soon, because I am not feeling confident on this endeavor, to put it bluntly. My current strat is to try to hunt down more of the Giganto monsters and try to level grind that way, if possible. I already beat Griffin, believe it or not, and also Brutal, so the 2 field ones, those seem to be the easiest to respawn, so I thought, why the heck not? Let's level grind off those enemies. So they were like, oh, let's give it back to Hank. So I actually want to see if anything happens if I do try to give it back. And then we'll end off. I don't know, depending on how much I can advance a chord, if I'll actually take on the secret dungeon and the super boss soon, or if it's gonna be a little bit of another little break before we actually get back to that. Hanks does not seem to be anywhere. So, guess we're not giving it back unless he's in a building, which could be the case. Because he was like standing around here-ish, before, and yet he's gone now, so, oh well. I'm gonna check inside the, tavern really quickly. If he's not there, then we'll end off for now. He is not here, so we can't give it back. Okie dokie. So yes, I will be level grinding off screen. Lord knows how long it'll take to get to like level, what is it, level 75 is what I'm shooting for right now, maybe 80, because I hear this super boss is really bad. So, and then yeah, he also took me out really quickly, which also means, yeah, I have no shot at clearing the secret dungeon at this level. So on that note, yeah, I don't know when the series is going to be back, to be honest, but it shall return someday. So thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for whenever I decide to play Tales of Vesperia again.
That last battle went by in the blink of an eye. You guys are merciless.
Hit before the enemy has a chance to. The only certain victory is a preemptive one.
We can't show our enemies any mercy.
If we take it too easy, then we're just playing with them. Makes me feel sort of bad for him, you know?
But still, I think a little bit of mercy would have been okay, just to be fair.
You're probably the most cold-blooded, merciless killer of us all, Judith, darling.
Oh? You really think that?
Looks like she doesn't even realize it.
I think she's just pretending not to.